Hey everyone, it's Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for another edition of Satanic Illuminati New World Order Exposed. In today's video, I wanted to look at the possibility that the Charleston church shooter was in fact under Satanic Illuminati MK Ultra mind control when he went in the church to commit this heinous crime. Now, the mainstream media and several other individuals, bloggers, want you to believe that this is the reason that pharmaceuticals caused him to go absolutely insane and shoot up a church. Well, I do know there are tons and tons of side effects when it comes to SSRI, drugs, and antidepressant anti-anxieties. That I'm not going to deny. I find it a little bit far-fetched to think that, well, this is the reason someone took antidepressants and went to the point of going absolutely insane and shooting up a church. That doesn't make too much sense to me. So this video here, we're going to look at the other possibility, that it wasn't just the fact that he was on antidepressants, like millions and millions of other people who won't go and commit those acts, but in fact, he was a patsy, a scapegoat to put the blame on to fulfill the elite's agendas for gun control and things like that. So let's get right into it. Now, for those of you who don't know what a patsy is, you need to understand that the elite are going to need many of them. It is a person who easily can be taken advantage of, especially by being cheated or blamed for something. Also, they need scapegoats, and a scapegoat is a person or group made to bear the blame for others or to suffer in their place. So the theory would be that they would place this individual under satanic mind control. I'll show you how the MK Ultra mind control program works in a little bit, but I want you to understand why they would do this. He would become their scapegoat, their patsy. It's easy. They send in this young mind control slave who has no idea what he's doing because he's actually been programmed by the military complex with sophisticated mind control. They show you that in the movie Bourne Identity, a military soldier who is under mind control. The whole movie is him not remembering his true identity because he has been a victim of MK Ultra military mind control. So this is a very likely possibility that he just didn't even know he was being ordered by the military complex to commit this heinous act, to act as a patsy and a scapegoat to bring in the racial war that I've talked about in this video, linked up in the description section, and the gun agenda, also linked up in the description, the video that I did on that. So that is a very likely possibility that he was used as a patsy, under mind control, unaware, completely to be a scapegoat so that they could instigate more race war nonsense and also to take away the rights and freedoms to bear arms in the Second Amendment. So do not just believe everything you see on the mainstream media or even what you see here posted by some individuals on YouTube. A serious Illuminati New World Order researcher will examine this angle, and anyone who intelligently does the research in this area knows that it's a real program. Lauryn Hill came out publicly saying, and I've covered this in a video on how the Illuminati actually destroyed Lauryn Hill's career. She came out with conspiracy theories saying that the military complex was working with the entertainment industry. So what I'm going to do now is explain to you how this MK Ultra mind control program would operate in the context of the entertainment industry, for those of you who don't understand. So the MK Ultra, just to let you know, is a declassified CIA project. They actually did this. This is fact. You can't argue that the government has been secretly working to try and create a totally undetectable mind control slave. It is fact, not conspiracy theory. The theory is that these activities by the CIA and the secret shadow government are still in operation here today. And I mean, that is just logical. You think that, 40 years ago, they were trying to create a mind control slave so that they could do stuff like this. And then all of a sudden they're like, we're going to learn to be ethical and full of integrity now. We're just going to throw that research and that development out of the window? No, because the US has brought over Nazi scientists from another declassified program called called Project Paperclip, and this is what we have now, a secret shadow government working with Nazi scientists to do absolutely horrible things. If you haven't seen my video already explaining what MKUltra mind control is, an interview I did with top researcher Fritz Springmeier, who is the author of How the Illuminati Create an Undetectable Total Mind Control Slave, I highly recommend that you check it out. I'll leave it for you also in the description section. In this, you're going to hear about how they create a mind control slave. Fritz had the opportunity to deprogram several slaves, and he shared that knowledge with me in this interview. So it's very insightful, and if you're going to truly understand this topic and how the elite very likely are using the MKUltra mind control program, you need to check that out. So basically, this, by the way, is an image from a fashion magazine. The truth is always hidden in plain sight. I'm going to show you that the MKUltra mind control program is in fact right in front of people's faces in the media. Blindly, they see it right in front of their faces, but like a chameleon, because they're so desensitized, they can't see it. It blends in with the rest of the world. But to those of us who have been given the eyes to see these things, it sticks out like a sore thumb. So here in a fashion magazine, they literally have the MKUltra mind control program hidden in plain sight in front of the masses who are unable to actually see what is in front of their eyes. So here you have the handler. So this lady in white with the white hair represents the handler, and this would represent the patsy, the scapegoat, the person, the born soldier, the person that they are administering the mind control to. Notice she's bound up and she is being tortured. This is part of the program. In my MKUltra mind control interview with Fritz, he described the fact that in order to create a mind control slave, what they have to do is create so much trauma in the individual that that individual will psychologically start to break down. Their psyche cannot take the amount of pain and torture that they administer through the use of drugs, electroshock therapy, sound and sight deprivation, as you're seeing in here. They break down. And then what they can do is compartmentalize different personalities that they can then instill triggers so that when they, call Born up on the phone, they say, banana. And all of a sudden, that's the key word. It triggers that personality. He doesn't know what just happened. He loses control of himself because the program personality takes over. He becomes a hardcore Manchurian candidate assassin. And then they call him back. Boom. Other keyword. He comes back and he has no recollection of what he's done. This is why in many times that you'll see these shootings or events happen, the individual talks about, I don't even remember what happened, because he was under mind control when he was doing it. That is why when he comes out of the mind control, he has no recollection, just like they show you in the Born identity, of what he did while he was that personality or that mind-controlled aspect of himself. So they show you this right in plain sight here. The mind control victim is completely disassociated. This is the state of mind that they will try and create through the mind control. The handler will bring that individual to an absolute breaking point, and there you have the disassociated mental state of the individual who can then be controlled. And the disassociation, I mean, look at this kid's face, to be honest. This Charleston shooter, he doesn't look right in the face. He looks like he's been a victim of mind control. Now, for those of you who might think that it's far-fetched to think that there legitimately is a mind control program, here is Hollywood insider Roseanne Barr telling you all about it.
It's a culture of fear for sure. And it's a big culture of mind control too. MKUltra mind control rules in Hollywood. If you don't know, Google that and look into it.
All right, so that was Hollywood insider Roseanne Barr telling us that in Hollywood, MKUltra mind control rules. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. And I'm giving you a little bit of information here, but you should desperately try and seek out more. This is legitimately going on, and it needs to be exposed because it is absolutely evil. And the Bible says, who will stand up against the evildoers? And this is absolutely evil being manifested and done in the world. If you think Britney Spears is just crazy, you're falling for another scapegoat tactic. They want you to just blame her as if she's crazy, but in fact, she is a victim of MK Ultra mind control. Talked about it in a video linked up in the description, and also this one, MK Ultra Illuminati mind control in Hollywood exposed, looking at Shia LaBeouf and other ones who have displayed the symptoms of this mind control program that Roseanne Barr just said rules in Hollywood. And even to push it further, you can just go to Katy Perry's Wide Awake video, and here she is in a mental institution being administered the mind control. She's sitting in a wheelchair in the disassociated state that is a representation of the breakdown of the mental of that victim, and there you go. And then here you have the satanic handlers who administer. You remember the lady in white standing there administering the mind control? There they are, standing there. And they even throw the symbolism right in your face. By the way, these are Baphomet skulls. Baphomet is the symbol of Satan. So this is satanic mind control hidden in plain sight for the masses to see, but the masses are so desensitized and have no clue what's actually going on that they can't, like, what does this even mean in the video? How does this even make sense? Like, come on, what does this have to do with pop culture? Katy Perry sitting in a wheelchair in a disassociated state in a mental institution, looking exactly like a mind control victim with two handlers who have Baphomet heads? I mean, you've got to be completely brainwashed by this world not to see this. It's right in front of your face. They even hide it right in the new Hunger Games. Remember this character? If you haven't seen the movie, he is under mind control. So you see him, he's being tortured and abused. They have him do and say things against his own will. And the star, she knows that he's under mind control, the Mockingjay, whatever her name is. I don't pay close enough attention to even care about their names, but the lead female role, she knows that he's under mind control, and she's trying to tell everyone, hey, he's saying those things, but it's not his fault, he's doing it because he's pressured. That's a perfect example of MK Ultra mind control. They hit it right in the new Mockingjay movie. And it's all over the place. Miley Cyrus as well, sitting here symbolizing mind control with her. This is a representation of her brain turning to mush, the drug administration from the mind control. She came out recently showing that she's under mind control. This is them doing their satanic symbolism. So I wanted to take the time here to look at this possibility. I mean, there's not much information that you really can investigate. I mean, he looks disassociated. I was going to wait to see if he was going to talk about not even remembering the event. That hasn't come out yet, but it's very, very suspicious, and the news media so desperately wants you to think that this is what the problem is. But again, you got to be vigilant. There are some dicey characters in the mainstream media and also on social media now who are legit disinforming people and just, fulfilling the elite's agenda to confuse about the truth and not leading people to discover and research actual truth. Illuminati, MK Ultra, mind control is a reality. It's occurring in the entertainment industry. It's hidden right in front of your face. You need to wake up. Now, when it comes to events like this, it is an absolute possibility. Look at him. There's something wrong with him. He is very likely under mind control for the purpose of being a patsy, a scapegoat to bring in their new world order. Thanks for taking the time. This is the Vigilant Christian saying God bless each and every one of you. As always, remember, when there are evildoers in the world and God calls us to rise up against them and proclaim the truth and expose their evil deeds, you need to stay 100% vigilant. And trust me on this one. I know it's scary. Fear no evil.